No sun, no Earth. Yo mga kabayo, what's up ketchup? And welcome to Inay Thank You, our time and space to learn life lessons from lessons about life. Last time we learned about the Big Bang Theory and how the universe came to be. So now, we're gonna pick out just one little star from the edge of a not-so-special galaxy at the outskirts of some Laniakea Supercluster. And that star is actually our sun. Now for today, we're not really going to discuss the detailed anatomy of stars, particularly the sun. There are tons of resources out there, and in fact, I recommend Crash Course Astronomy. They did a really good job of just talking about all of these different kinds of stars. There are so many different kinds, and they devoted many different kinds of episodes for that. But if we have to do this quickly, okay. Stars are hot, dense balls of hydrogen and helium, and they produce energy in the form of light and heat through the process of nuclear fusion. The different colors and brightnesses of stars that you see in the night sky mostly have to do with their temperature, their color, their estimated age, and of course their distance from the Earth. That's stars in a nutshell. The sun is that bright ball of light that nobody really pays attention to. Unless you're this bitch right here.
Oh my god, so init!
Apart from being that hot glowing thing, the sun is actually life. Hindi yung insurance ha. Iba yun. But yes, the sun is life, so let me give you a few reasons. First, if there were no sun, there would be no Earth. The formation of the planets of the solar system has everything to do with the sun because the gravity of the sun. Yes, and speaking of gravity, if the sun were not there, then the Earth would be like just flying off of orbit. The sun is also actually responsible for the movement of our oceans. For example, tides.
Gulat ka, no?
So there's the gravity of the sun sort of pulling the water towards that sun-earth line, and also there's the global conveyor belt, also known as the thermohaline circulation. So the thermo part of thermohaline circulation has a lot to do with temperature. How does the water change its temperature? It's because of the sunlight. Think about what would happen if there were no sun. We'd be practically frozen. Water is particularly good at retaining heat, and somehow that just sort of helps with our global climate and weather. As we said, all stars will die. All stars have a certain lifespan. And right now, the sun is a main sequence star. It's somewhere halfway in its lifespan. So give it another 6-7 billion years, it'll die. It'll expand into a red giant, and as we said in the last episode, it's going to engulf Mercury and Venus, maybe Earth. Or if it gets really big and the Earth is still there, either we fly off or we get toasted or melted. Either way, it's not gonna be a good ending for the planet Earth. Alright, yung pag-inhale natin. We need oxygen to live. Without the sun, we wouldn't have our current atmosphere. You see, way back in time, when the first life forms appeared, say about 3 billion years ago, give or take, some of them actually evolved to use the power of the sun in their whole metabolic process. They're able to produce oxygen. So these are what we call cyanobacteria. So these were one of the first photosynthetic organisms there were. And it was because of them that they turned the Earth into this more oxygen-rich atmosphere. There was life prior to like an oxygen-poor environment, but it's definitely not going to appear the same way that it does right now. So siguro naman ngayon medyo gets na natin kung bakit napaka-importante talaga ng sun para sa atin. But apart from that, let's look at more like relatable reasons. The ones that really drive home. No sun means no food. Why? Plants require sunlight to grow, to produce carbohydrates, and everything else. All the other organisms that cannot produce their own food will rely on producers, which would be plants, phytoplankton, and other photosynthetic organisms.
We can act like plants! Photosynthesis! Photosynthesis!
So if there weren't any of them, we would have nothing to eat. Walang only rice, walang happy hour.
Walang happy hour.
Oh God! So magdasal na talaga kayo. As in, kasi literally it would only be Jesus that could sort of get you your alcohol fix because he's the only one who can turn water into wine. Kung walang araw, we'd all have some bone deficiency disease like rickets or osteoporosis. Vitamin D is synthesized by our bodies with the help of sunlight. It's not as if you go out in the sun and the vitamin D is literally flying from the sun to you. No, the precursors of vitamin D are in your body and you need the radiation from the sunlight to convert that into vitamin D. That's the vitamin that helps us absorb calcium. If we didn't absorb or resorb the calcium from our diet, our bones would start to thin and then we'd be all like spaghetti. Napapansin niyo yung mga nagpapaaraw ng baby sa labas. So, paano pag sinabi ng misis mo, nanay mo, or basta paarawan mo yung baby sa labas? Ano sasagot mo? Kung wala ng araw, sun. Kung walang araw, basa yung sinampay mo. Wala kang tuyo, wala kang daing, walang bigas, walang sunrise, walang sunset, walang sando. So the sun is life. What did I tell you? Of course, it's just a hot ball of gas, but you would understand why earlier people who really didn't understand what it was paid homage to it, like worshipped it, because it was such a big deal to their lives. Even today, we wouldn't live without the sun. Paano naman kayo, mga kabayo? What important roles does the sun play in your own physical reality? Leave it in the comments below. Warm up pa lang to. So if you guys want to know more about the sun, the solar system, and everything in between, you can check out these videos right here. And as usual, kita-kits mga bagits sa next episode. Inay, thank you.